Alright guys, Dr. Brady here, and we are back at it again, this time on headaches. And the reason I chose headaches, one is because I think there's a real big issue with headaches in our community, and a lot of people just believe headaches are normal. It's just natural to get one or two headaches every once in a while, and that's okay, one or two headaches a week. And the reality is, headaches may be common, but that absolutely does not mean that they are normal. I mean, you can talk to Christy, our beautiful office manager, who happens to be my wife. When we first started dating, she was getting headaches all the time. All the time. She had this big old bottle of Advil in her bathroom. And I said, "What in the world are you doing? What's happening here?" And she goes, "It's just normal headaches. I get them every once in a while," which ends up being close to every day. But sure enough, after I started getting her adjusted, taking care of her, all of a sudden now headaches aren't a thing for her anymore. She doesn't deal with headaches on a regular basis. For instance, we had another high schooler who just came in here for scoliosis the other day. And as I was examining her spine, her nervous system, I asked her if she was suffering with headaches. And she goes, kinda. But what she really meant was that she was having 3 to 4 headaches a week. And so after working with her over a couple of weeks, we started to notice the headaches started to go away. And now she no longer suffers with headaches. And I asked her the other day, "What do you think life would be like if you still were suffering with those headaches?" And she goes, "There's absolutely no way I'd be able to keep up the lifestyle that I have." She's busy with school, Chiropractic, singing, AP classes. I mean, she's a busy girl. She said, "I would just be going out of my mind with these headaches." And for her to be able to come home after class and not have to deal with these headaches has just been a huge, huge blessing for her. So the reason we do this video and the reason I'm doing this whole little segment here is to show you that headaches may be common, but they're not normal, and there's something that you can do about it. Headaches account for 250 million lost workdays per year. That ends up being close to $25 billion lost per year on headaches. And the big thing I love with this is that when there's a big problem like this, Big Pharma loves to make a big profit off of it. So as soon as they see a big problem like this, what do we got? We got tons of things to make you feel better, make you feel right as rain. And, the unfortunate thing about it is a lot of these don't treat the cause. A lot of these are just trying to cover up the symptom of something deeper that is going on. Because headaches are more than just a headache. They're actually a neurological signal that something is going wrong. It's a sign from your body. It's a symptom, really, that your body's saying, "Hey, something's not in alignment. Something's not right. We need to correct something." Now, you really have two options when it comes to headaches. You can either treat the headache or you can treat the cause of the headache. And for me, I'd rather treat the cause of the headache so I can keep them from coming back than having to treat the headaches every time they come around. Doesn't that make sense? And since we're dealing with a neurological issue, a neurological problem, it makes sense that we need to understand and look towards the nervous system for the cause. So what you're going to see here on the screen is you see our nervous system. You see your brain up at the top, as well as your spinal cord that comes down right through here, and the nerves that exit and go to each and every single organ, cell, tissue of your entire body. And you can see all this nervous system is housed and protected by your spine. Now, the spine is not just a sack of bones, muscles, and ligaments, but your spine is actually this neurological protective housing for your nervous system. So issues in the spine can really create a lot of issues for your neurological system. And especially for headaches, a big area we're going to focus on is the upper neck right up here, which houses the brainstem, but also houses plenty of important blood vessels and neurological vessels for our nervous system that deal a lot with headaches. And when we're looking at the very top bone in the spine, you can see it houses like a little circle like that, which houses our brainstem. You also have your blood vessels that come down through here. And it's not showing this picture, but there are actually a bunch of muscles right through here. And as that bone starts to shift, or what we call a subluxation, what ends up happening is that creates tons of distortion in the muscles, in the blood vessels, as well as interferes and places stress on that central nervous system. And now, especially with work nowadays, a lot of people are hunched over on a computer, sitting at their chair for hours and hours a day in this poor posture. And even kids today are carrying these backpacks that are way too heavy to be carried. And even kids are starting to get this poor posture even in the beginning of high school. Kids are not, immune from slips and falls when they're younger. We even get little ones that get headaches from time to time from some of these major falls. Even car accidents where there's significant damage, even a whiplash, or even some of our minor accidents can create just enough stress in the nervous system to start the cause of headaches. And when we look at this view here, you can see There's the top bone in the spine, and you can see as that bone tilts, it creates interference on the nervous system, creates stress. And this is a big important area for our nervous system, but really important one for headaches as well. So this is one we're always going to pay attention to when somebody is coming in with headaches. So what's the solution for a headache? How do we go about correcting this? Well, it would make sense that if a headache is a neurological problem, that it must have a neurological cause. And for us in our office, we look for the subluxation, the misalignment that's creating stress on your neurology that's causing those headaches. So if there's a neurological cause, that must mean there's a neurological solution. And that's where chiropractic comes into play. And the best way I can describe this is, let's say a headache is like a fire. Now the fire alarm starts going off, and you can say to yourself, all right, let's just take the batteries out of the fire alarm, which would be like, placing Advil, Tylenol, trying to cover up the symptom. You're trying to cover up that fire alarm. Or you can address the true problem and actually treat the fire itself. Actually treat the headache, treat the cause behind the headache. That's our main goal. And so our main goal is to get the stress off the nervous system so that the body can start to restore normal function. That's our main goal the entire time. So our goal is to restore that proper alignment, remove stress off the nervous system so that the body doesn't have to keep telling you, hey, something's wrong. And that's going to address the cause of the headache. So is there a way to find out if I or my child has this nerve interference that we're talking about? How do we find out if this headache is truly neurological in nature? Well, we don't guess. We test. We use the latest state-of-the-art technology available to our modern time. And, this is the same technology. It's Space Foundation certified. And this is the same technology they use on astronauts to make sure they're healthy enough for space. So we're not messing around here. And this is non-invasive, it's painless, it's radiation-free, but the best part about it is there's no guessing to it. This is quantitative data that we use to see exactly where the problem is. That way we know exactly where to look and how to help you. So that way by the end of those scans, we know how long it's been there, how long it'll take to get better, and what it'll take to get you better. So there's no guessing involved with this at all. So here's typically what these scans come out looking like. What I want to see is all white bars, just like that. Anytime we see any colors, such as green, blue, or red, that's going to be showing mild, moderate to severe stress or interference on the nervous system. So here is one example of a patient we had in our office who was suffering with headaches. So here's her before. This is before we started working with her, and you can see all the red up in the upper neck. You can see tons and tons of stress in her neck, and that's where a lot of those nerves that deal with and are involved with headaches reside. Now here's the after, and what do you notice? Tons of less stress, right? We're seeing all those white bars, those good, healthy function in the nervous system. And guess what? When we start removing that stress on the nervous system, guess what happened? Headaches went away and they stayed away. It's an incredible thing. So there's the after. And here's another example here. This is one of our little children that are in the office here. We can see when she came in, all the stress right in the top part of her neck. She was getting headaches a couple times a week. And then after a couple weeks of working with her, here's the after. Beautiful. That's how we want our kids to be. Nice, healthy, fully white bars from side to side. That's exactly what we want to see. And sure enough, no more headaches with her. So wouldn't it be great if you or your child was the next chiropractic success story? Well, absolutely, you can. All we need to do is find a chiropractor in your area. We happen to be located in Westlake Village, California, on the corner of Westlake Boulevard and Townsgate Road. We are a full family practice, so we see anyone from 0 all the way to 100, and we would love to take care of you, your child, and your family. And if you're not located near us in Westlake Village, feel free to give us a call or contact us through our website, and we'd be more than happy to find a chiropractor in your area. Trust me, I know all the good ones, so don't hesitate to let us know. We'd be happy to serve you. So until then, I look forward to serving you and your family.